Already, welcome to the What's on Your Mind show. What's going down? I have my guest today, Miss D. How you doing?
I'm good.
Already. Where you from, baby?
I am from Los Angeles, California.
Already.
Born and bred.
How did Los Angeles shape you in the way that you got here today?
Well, that's kind of a long story. I'm gonna keep it medium. I came up by myself, pretty much. Raised with wolves, and it shaped me because it gave me my foundation, a sense of where I come from, where I belong, and going forward for today, I can always fall back on what I learned in the beginning, you know.
Yeah. What is one of your talents that you're passionate about?
Writing. I love to write.
Love to write.
Love to write. Yes, poetry. I love poetry.
Already.
Yeah.
When we gonna hear some?
When you gonna hear something? When I'm gonna say something. When I'm say something. So my last track, some people know, not a lot, it's called Upgrade.
Yeah.
And it should be coming out soon. I'm trying to get the video together for it.
Already.
But it's coming and it's gonna hit and everybody gonna be vibing to it. When you see a bitch like me, bitch don't hate. Broke bitch upgrade. Okay.
Already. I like that. How would I say it? How do you compare where you stand right now to where you're from?
Ooh, well, we out here in good old Vegas, Sin City, coming from LA. I grew up in the Valley, Pacoima, California. Totally different, you know. People are just different. It's the people is very different. Every place that you go to is always going to be just the place. It's the people that make or break it. So,
Yeah.
Compared from California, Los Angeles, the people are more friendly. They talk to you more. Vegas, because it's a transient town, people constantly coming. The people that are Vegans, they don't really take too easy as far as us Californians. We friendly, we smile, we from Sunshine State. So that's the difference. That makes me miss home. I miss the people from home, the vibe.
Yeah, I feel you. You said you was a writer. Name your 3 favorite writers.
Ooh, Stephen King would be number 1. He was the first person I ever read. R.L. Stein, good poet. He was my second one. Well, probably R.L. Stein first because he writes poetry. And one of my favorite poems by him is Sarah Cynthia Sylvia Stout Wouldn't Take the Trash Out by R.L. Stein, and Where the Sidewalk Ends, some of those from R.L. Stein. Was it R.L. Stein? Yeah, I believe so. And then Stephen King, and then Noor. Yeah,
Okay,
Noor is
okay.
a black artist. She writes urban erotic. I like that.
Already. How do you feel about the internet from now to then?
Now I believe the internet has progressed. I come from the era where we was pretty much fixing all the computers, making them and programming them. So a lot of the stuff today, it's been, and it has definitely progressed, enhanced, and I'm getting kind of familiar. I'm starting to learn and familiarize myself with that AI help, because it's a little scary, to be honest. It's a little scary, but we only fearing the unknown, so I'm trying to get to know it so I don't have to be scared of it.
Right. What makes you passionate about writing when you're in a state of mind of depression?
Of digression?
Depression.
Depression?
Yeah.
And what I like to write about when I'm depressed is being able to transfer the feelings that I'm feeling into words and have it expressed and another person able to feel it. That's the part that makes me passionate, is to be able to transfer my feelings to another person and allow them to feel it.
And how do you put love on paper to explain to the people?
Love on paper. It can't really be put anywhere because it's an action. Love is an action word. It's not just something that you feel. It's something that it reflects from you onto others. People feel the love, you know what I'm saying? I'm D.
Yeah.
Everybody love the D, you know? So, yeah, that's what it is. Love is an action word. So putting it on, it's not, when I'm putting it on paper, it's not necessarily the words that I look at as far as describing the emotion in between the words. That's the feeling of the love.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like how you put that. Yeah.
That's that right.
What can you tell the people on how to stand up for themselves in a way that
That's good.
you would, in a way you would do for yourself?
Yes, and protecting oneself and how to stand up for oneself. That's a hard question because honestly, if I'm being honest, and some of y'all might agree, I'm not all that good at standing up for myself. It has to be flight or flight, you know, like it's got to be go time. Gray area is not, but in the events that I do, I always use my words and I express what is going on with me emotionally. A lot of times people get upset, they focus on the anger as opposed to what's really going on behind the anger, the hurt, the pain. And when you're expressing that, you know, and you express that verbally and let a person know, you know, hey, how do you know, does it make me feel good? You know, and people are quick to go to anger because it's something more acceptable as opposed to you hurt my feelings, you know, that makes me sad. So expressing one, that's how I stand up for myself. I express the emotion so we can take the anger out. That's why we got all these shootings, you know, people bitter and stuff. They're not talking about the emotion, they're just talking about the feeling. And anger is one of the most common feelings because it's more acceptable, or we can accept it ourselves. And so it's like, oh, I'm mad, you know, as opposed to really getting real with yourself. If you're really being real, say, you know what, actually that hurt me, you know, it saddens me. I feel lonely, I'm depressed, you know?
How would you solve poverty?
Problems. How would I solve problems? A lot of times with problems, I feel like people go into it and they take on the problem as if they can alter it. A lot of times, most problems come from misunderstandings. It usually starts with just a misunderstanding. So a lot of times, if you wait it out, a lot of that stuff will take care of itself. If not, I'll wait out and try to explain, you know, because communication is key, especially amongst people. Communication is key. Try to explain, again, the feelings behind it as opposed to the anger. I don't want to hurt my people. I want to help them or love them, but you know, people take advantage if you're too nice. So you gotta allow them to do their own thing. I'm not upset, but I will say, hey, this makes me feel some type of way. You already know, most people, I'm feeling some type of way. So I try to just express that emotion and try to come to understanding. You know, I don't want to be upset because that's not healthy for me, physically or mentally. Yes.
Are you religious, or do you have any type of spiritual guidance that guides you through life, and how do that help on a daily basis?
That's a good one. On a daily basis, yes, I am a spiritual person, and I do have a higher power. I believe in God, and He has helped me on a daily basis. Well, if you know anything about my background, I am an orphan. I come from a pack of wolves, and that's all you have when you out here in the streets by yourself. Is you and your higher power, whichever it may be, whoever, however you see it. Your higher power is all you got. And a lot of people, we come in the world alone. And a lot of certain things that we experience has to be alone. God is what guides me through. When you lose all hope, you know, I've been in positions where I feel like I'm losing hope, and that's all I have to cling to. So definitely, I have to have that. Without it, I lose all faith. You know, I have faith, and I'm a religious person. I'm grateful.
Can you give advice to black women and black mothers?
Black women and black mothers, we need our black men, and sometimes they don't act right. But as far as us women, we gotta support each other, take care of our kids, become better parents, and even get classes and training, because these kids don't come with instructions. We don't know what to do, so you gotta take the pros with the cons. As women, make sure you take care of yourself first, because if you don't take care of yourself, you're no good for anyone else. And it starts with you. So we are the mother of the earth. The hand that rocks the cradle is the hand that rules the world. So we got to stay on top of our game and build each other up, stop the bitterness. Women are sometimes catty. You can't compete with each other. You got to learn to compliment each other. We all women and we all beautiful.
Already. How do you handle maturity and immaturity?
Immaturity, I don't even handle it, honestly. I'm so over the kid shit. I got kids. If I'm dealing with some kid shit on an adult, it's so unsexy. Unsexy, can you say dicks off? I don't do the immature at all. People who know me, I don't play around with it. So immature, yeah, upgrade. You gotta upgrade.
How would you explain maturity?
I would explain maturity as something that is being wise. Maturity it goes hand in hand with being wise. A lot of people are smart, and you can be smart. Kids go to school, they get smart when they go to school and they learn. But to be mature, you have to have some type of wisdom, and wisdom is what makes you mature. You can be smart and still do dumb shit, but if you're wise, you act more mature. You know better, you do better, right?
Right. What do you think about people in general, and how do you decipher if they real or not?
I ain't catch that. People that.
How do you think about people in general, and how do you decipher if they real or not?
That's the one right there. People in general, I think that they're all honestly really messed up. We are all messed up in some way, shape, or form. If you're normal, then you're irregular. So I like the irregular people, because the ones that are not afraid to be themselves is what's real, and that's what I like. I decipher the difference between the real. If a person comes to me and they got to tell me about them before I get to learn them, you fake all day. I don't need anyone to tell me how they are. Just be, and I'll see. Feel me? Hey, that's a bar right there. I'm taking this mic.
It's yours. How would you take care of business in a way that you can show people that it's right to do certain things in a way that it feel like it ain't their fault or your fault?
How would I handle it or take care of it? Well, it's no one's at fault, because we didn't ask to be here. We're just here. It's not anyone's fault that things happen. We can blame someone, and once you blame, you can try to appoint them to be at fault. But the only thing to be at fault is if you don't do anything. So you have to try to constantly make moves to be better every day, even if it's just a little bit. You took one step, take a step and a half. A step and a half. It don't even have to be the whole step. A step and a half each day. That half a step equals longevity.
Okay. How would you know off an instinct to protect a person?
If I listen to my body and my intuition. That little small voice that says, go right, go left. I don't question it. And most of the time when I listen, everything falls into play. If it's time, I just do it.
What is your favorite thing to do when you have the time to progress in a way that shows growth?
But my favorite thing to do when I'm showing growth in midst of progress, that's the hard one, because most of the time when you're progressing, you're usually going through a storm, and after you come through the storm, that's when you progress. But it's not till you're out of it that you look back and see what the benefits of it are. So how do I handle it? I just deal with life on life terms, roll with the punches, and be there when life shows up. You got to be there when life shows up.
How do you take life by the horns on a daily basis?
When I wake up, I hit the ground. That's the horn. Waking up and hitting the ground. Some people staying in bed, depressed, can't move, don't want to move, and can move, don't want to move, but you hit the ground. That's the horn. You decided to get up. And if I get up and I stand up out of bed, I'm standing for something. I'm grabbing the horns. That is me holding the horns. Yeah.
All right, I like that. I like your answers. What is something you passionate about outside of writing, and how does it shows your character to other people that may motivate them?
Okay. Other things that I'm passionate about is one of them is people. Unfortunately, it doesn't pay back all that well, but what motivates me to keep going to motivate them is coming through it. You know, I'm part of the people. I'll say stuff. It's not just about others. I can only say it because I'm part of it too. You know, we all part of it. Things to motivate other people. Just keep going. As long as I'm not dead, I have every day that I'm. What the saying goes: a day above ground is better than any day below it. Every day you wake up, you're here for a reason. You may not think you're nothing, but there's somebody waiting just for you. So that's the part that motivates. You stay alive long enough to at least just meet that person or be, you know, something to someone other than ourselves. We get consumed with ourselves and our situations and our stuff that we don't offer, you know, there's no exchange, and it has to rotate. Nothing new under the sun. It has to rotate full circle. Everything has to come full circle. So you got to give it out and give people the better part of you, not the worst parts. You know, even if that's all that's left, just a smile. You know, I'm good for the smile. I give you that smile all day. I ain't got nothing else for you. You know what I'm saying?
You said you was a writer. When did you start writing?
Started writing when I was 8 years old. By the time I was 11, I got offered my first newspaper article. And I was a little bit scared of success, didn't know what to do with it, should have went with it. But yeah, I've also, did book reviews for the Los Angeles Sentinel, and I've always been passionate about words. You could do so much with them, you know?
Explain unconditional love in a way people understand that don't have that unconditional love.
Unconditional love is something that's just not based on conditions. Prime example is talking to a friend of mine's, and you know, just in general, people cheat, people go outside and they do all stuff, whether you're married, single, whatever. The thing is that when you are involved or you interact with somebody, it's not based on any type of condition. It's not on the fact that if you're cool and you're happy today, then I'm gonna do this. Is that it's an agape type love, and I've been told I have an agape love. If you genuinely care about somebody, you can't look at the factors of what they got, don't have, do have, what they're getting. It has to be genuinely about them, because that's what the real benefit is. It's not about what they can do, because if they lose their wallet, now they lost the money. You're feeling some type of way because you was out for that. It can't be conditional. It has to just be about the real heart of the person. Yeah.
Do you have a motto or a saying to the people that carry them the long way?
I'll give you two. My final one is in a minute, so it'll be greater later. I'll be back in a minute. It's not over. It'll be greater later in a minute. That'll be my motto.
And when will we hear from you?
Oh, you always gonna hear from me. I'm never quiet. You think you can't see me all the time, bro. You know, sound like that higher power. I'm in your spirit. So when you hear that small voice, be like, "Go right." You gotta follow that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna do what's right.
Already. Say your name and exit yourself out.
All right, I am Miss D, Lady D, Mama D, anything but late to dinner, you see. All right, y'all stay up, stay blessed, keep your higher power first, and don't go into it with conditions. It's unconditional.
And this is What's on Your Mind with Miss D. Y'all have a good day. Shout out to my peoples, and I love y'all.